and welcome back to the Shore Sports Network and another edition of Kevin's Corner, powered by Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above. One of the best basketball stories of the last couple of years, not only around the Shore area, but the state of New Jersey, is Shavar Reynolds, who joins us on this Zoom chat. Shavar, some will remember, many will remember, was a former outstanding player at Manchester Township High School, a 1,000-point scorer, captain, still holds numerous school records for assist, part of a team that won the WOBM Christmas Classic when he was an underclassman. And he has navigated himself into a terrific career at Seton Hall University, is now a senior, a starter, a big-time contributor, and it really is a great path from Manchester to Seton Hall. Shavar, first of all, welcome, and thanks for giving me some time today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate the interview with you guys.
Yeah, before we started recording, I showed you a picture from the cover of the WOBM Christmas Classic in December of 2014. There's you, number 33 on the cover.
I know, it feels like an eternity.
Yeah, you've come a long way since, my friend, as they say. And I wonder if every once in a while we'll sort of talk about the road, but do you sit back, and now it's the holiday season, can you appreciate the road you have traveled and what the odds you have overcome?
Oh yeah, every day I just wake up, I say my prayer, and I thank God for how far He's taken me and for the things I've achieved. It's just a blessing. Every day I never take it for granted. Every day I'm thankful for.
I mean, as I said, you were a very good player in high school, but you were not a guy with a host of Division I offers. And tell us a little bit how you ended up at Seton Hall from Manchester, and then we'll sort of go to the whole scholarship thing and all that.
So from Manchester senior year, I had no offers. I had like D3s looking at me. I had one Division II offer from Bloomsville, but and then after that, I didn't get the D1 interest I was looking for. I started looking into prep schools, and then I was put in connect with my prep school that I went to, Covenant College Prep, with Ian Turnbull, one of my best coaches and one of my favorite coaches to this day. He's really the one he was the link between Seton Hall and my prep school, because he knew Shaheen Holloway, who at the time was our associate head coach there. So that was how we got the tryout set up. And then from there, I think it was like a couple months, he was calling them, letting them know like, hey, I got a guy who wants to try out for you guys. And then one day I got the call. Then we went up there, and then here we are today.
Well, you went there as a walk-on, which means, you gotta come up with the cash to go to school.
Yeah.
And you were a part of the team as a freshman. You saw a little bit of time, but at the end of that freshman year, you were not really sure if you were going to be able to return to Seton Hall because of the lack of scholarship. I think you were looking at St. Peter's at that time. Tell me about the conversation that ended you getting a scholarship.
Okay, we was by the end of the year, we were having our end of the year meetings, and coach is calling everybody in one by one. So he gets to my meeting. I'm thinking he's just about to tell me like, it was a good time having you here. I appreciate you, and then send me on my way. But little do I know, I go into the office, we sit down, have a little formalities, and then he says, I'm thinking about giving you a scholarship. And then from there, heart just sunk, and like everything I was picturing before, and I was telling people like I'm going in here trying to get a scholarship. Everything in that moment just felt so surreal. It felt like it felt like a dream, really, because it was so unexpected that I just didn't know what to say. I just looked at him, just stared.
Yeah, and it was clearly a magical moment for you. It took that pressure off of you to worry about tuition and all of that stuff. It also had to convince you that he felt, Coach Willard, that you were going to be part of the future.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So then your sophomore year, you played in almost all the games, 31 games. You started contributing and made some plays. And then last year, kind of like the breakout for you. First guard off the bench, an outstanding three-point shooter, 48% from three-point land, made a couple of huge ones, scored a career high 12 points against Villanova towards the end of the season. And really you became one of those great stories. And then of course comes the shutdown in a year when you guys probably figure we're going to make some noise.
Yeah, definitely. That was the shutdown was probably, I think we all talk about it. We probably say it's one of probably the most, I wouldn't call it a regret, but I guess that's the only way you can label it. One of the biggest regrets we have because we never got to fulfill what we thought we could get. We thought we could have won a championship last year, or at least made it to the Final Four, definitely.
Yeah. And then, of course, from a school standpoint, of course, the school's closed. You're on, virtual learning. You then, from what I understand, you pretty much come back home to Manchester. You've got a very supportive family, great family, and you decide, look, man, I'm going to get myself in better shape than ever for my senior year. So, you start shooting hoops at home. You're
Yeah.
running the bleachers on the football. I mean, you're doing all the things, right?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Quarantine, I honestly say it was a good thing for me. As much as it's a pandemic and all that, but like for me, the good, I found myself. I had a lot of time to reflect and just really realize what I wanted to do in life and how to get there. And then I just started with the work. I just grinded. I wanted to be in the best shape possible. I wanted to be as strong as I could be. I wanted to do the best I could in my last year because I don't want to leave no regrets. I want to make sure that when I'm done with this, I can say I gave him my all and times 10 more as well.
I also like to know about some of the one-on-one games with another family member that you might have had. Your younger sister, Kamari, who finished a star-studded career at Manchester last year, was a part of numerous championship teams. They own the WOBM Christmas Classic for the last 3 years. She is at the University of Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, the Ivy League has canceled all winter sports, but she was home with you last year and into the summer, and I'm sure you kind of went at it a few times.
Oh yeah, we definitely. I think quarantine actually brought us so much more close than we were already close because we were in the same struggle. Like she was going into college, so we both weren't getting that college experience of going to school in the summer and having to take classes and then go to workouts. So me and her basically had our own summer workouts. We would, like I said, she was doing the bleachers with me. When I would go to the football field and run, she would run with me. When I was lifting, she was lifting with me. When I was shooting, she was shooting with me. We did everything together. So with that, it just really made us together. And it also, I think it helped her see the college experience earlier and know how to prepare and stay ready.
Well, hopefully we get to see her play next year when
definitely.
things, God willing, are back to normal. Now, let's talk about you now. You're a senior, and the season for you personally has gotten off to a great start, averaging nearly 10 points a game. You're a starter, an amazing three-point shooter. I mean, you're 55% from three-point land, and I know you're a terrific defender. The team is 5-4, lost a tough one the other day, but tell me about your play and how good you feel about your game right now.
I mean, I'm doing the best I can for my team. I don't really like talking about myself because I'm just really trying to win. So whatever I have to do to win, that's all I'm trying to do. I want to just create for my teammates and limit my turnovers and be the best leader I can for my teammates. That's it.
And again, to go from a guy who was a walk-on just trying to find a place to now starting at a school in the Big East, I mean, it's an amazing story, Shavar.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I can see you're very, very humble. I think that comes back from your family. I think they kind of probably keep you humble as well. Plus, your dad was a career Navy guy. He don't want to hear you bragging about himself, right?
Yeah, nah, you just stay grounded. You just stay humbled and keep grinding. That's it.
Now, tell me about first of all, what's it like now playing with the whole COVID, the pandemic background, the things you have to do as an individual and a team to stay healthy?
It's actually more. It's actually puts more on you because usually you have to maintain your diet, maintain your weights, and like manage class with it. So COVID just added a whole nother aspect to that. It made things a little more harder to get. Like food, it makes it just a little more difficult. It just adds another task to it. Like going at the practice or the traveling protocols. It just adds another phase to the already crazy schedule we had.
All right, and the thing I want to ask you, because I wanted to ask a college or pro athlete this, what's it like playing in a building like the Prudential Center with like it's an empty building? Like, I mean, it's like almost like a practice. I mean, you're playing like an inter squad scrimmage or whatever. No, I know they create atmosphere with background noise and now that, but listen, you look up in the stands and all you see are empty seats.
Yeah, it's honestly, we have got used to it but it's honestly so. It's just you spend your whole life with people there, and then all of a sudden nobody's there. It feels so. It feels like it's not happening, but it's like it's so hard to describe because you just don't you just because you have to play. Like the play doesn't stop. It's just the environment, the crowd, like that's what makes basketball what it is. That's what makes sports what it is. When
Sure.
that the crowd yelling, you running out, you score, the yelling, even the boos, like even the positive negative of it. Like just the whole environment of the game is what makes basketball and sports so special. So when you take that aspect away, it's kind of tough. And like you can see like it's hard to get yourself going and you have to be mentally prepared. And that's what I think COVID has shown, that the mental preparation is huge.
So all that stuff you got to do as an individual and as a team, you got to build that in yourself because
Yeah,
there's not 15,000 people to lift you up when you need to
yeah,
make a run.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Goals for this season for the team. I mean, I said you're 5-4, you're 2-1 in the Big East. How do you feel about the squad?
Oh, I love our team. I love how together we are. I love the way we play. I love our style, our aggression we play with. And then the goal is just to win. Take each game at a time, live in each moment, and that's it. Just keep building. As long as we keep progressing, and that was my biggest thing. As long as I see progression in us, we're fine. Because if we're progressing, we're just getting better and better. And then as the season goes on, and time gets longer and longer. Progression and wins is what we're going to need to get to where we want to get to.
All right, listen, you have a highly regarded player on your team. I want you to pronounce his name for me.
Sandro Mamukelashvili.
You did it good. I have it written here phonetically. Whenever I mention a Pirate score in a sportscast or whatever, I have to have it here, but you nailed it.
Yeah,
You nailed it. Probably better than him. Shavar, I want to close by saying this. I know what's also important to you is academics, and you have really done a great job. You're a 3-time member of the Big East All Academic Team. I think you have a 3.6 GPA. I know you're majoring in social sciences. Tell me what you'd like to do after graduation. Maybe, obviously, try and play a little pro basketball somewhere, but if not, what's the next career path for Shavar Reynolds?
Oh yeah, definitely play professionally. And then other than that, I want to try to help the world in some way. I want to be able to motivate people. And also with my social and behavior science degree, I want to be able to counsel, maybe talk to people as well. Just ways to help the world. I have a lot of plans, but we'll get to those. But really, I just want to be able to help people. Really, that's it. Like I think that's the goal in life: to be able to spread love, show positivity, and help people be better.
That's awesome. Listen, your story in itself is a motivational tool for others to follow. Again,
Thank you. I
a
appreciate
guy, think about it. In high school, good player. The D1 schools don't come calling. The easy thing would be to give up. And you said, hey, I'm going to find a way. And here you are now, a starter on a team in the Big East right here in New Jersey. And it's a great story. You have every reason to be very proud of yourself for what you've accomplished. And I appreciate your time. I really look forward to following you the rest of this season and whatever you do. And a very happy holiday to you and your family. You're a blessed young man and you've given a lot to people. So congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And for everybody watching, I love you and support you. And thank you for your support. And also thank you for interviewing me as well and giving me your time.
That is an outstanding young man in Shavar Reynolds, who's a guy you want to root for. And clearly those of us in Ocean County, the shore area in Manchester, have him close to our hearts and wish him nothing but the best. You've been watching the latest edition of Kevin's Corner, presented by Jersey Mike's. Today's subject, Shavar Reynolds. More coming up in the days and weeks ahead.
Thank you.